I was born and raised in Egypt, lived there 27 years. Other than the Arabic Egyptian media that I get, the second most pervasive culture is the American culture. American movies, serials, fast food chains, you name it. Anything that I watched or heard that the black is criminal, fearing, stay away from it. Okay? So I was brought up to be a racist, not by my parents, by the influence of the machine of propaganda that is present. I'm not going to deny that this is my opinion. Okay? So even when I came here in the beginning, I still had this until 9/11 happened. And I started thinking, I don't know if I can say this word, no, I'm not going to say it. But you're the old N, I'm the new N. Okay? You understand? So that's what happened. And it opened my mind. It made me think. When I came here, I didn't have the dish or whatever, so I didn't have my Arabic channels. We have here like 35 Arabic channels we can get in every home, but I still don't have it, and thank God I don't have it. Because that also is another propaganda, okay? So I got isolated from this Arabic media, and I know from the beginning that Western media is not really favorable of Arabs and Muslims. So I was isolated from any effect of the media on me for the first time in my life. And I started after 9/11 in particular. I was right here in Staten Island. Actually, I was on the lower level of the Verizon heading to Brooklyn when the second plane hit. So just like any American, I was affected. But the same night or the day after, I started being the criminal in the eyes, of even the government. So that made me think, why? Well, I mean, I'm her too. For the first time I was singing America the Beautiful. You remember when the Congress people stood in front of the Congress and started, I used to sing with them. Anyway, so that led me to many changes in my life, including what I'm doing right now, but also a lot of research. I devoted tons of hours of research, and I still do it, and I'm sorry, honey, but it takes from the time that should be devoted to her. But that opened my eyes to a wealth and depth of information that I understand how things really work, or at least I have a good idea. Okay? So one of the things that we still have here is the media portrays black as bad people. Muslim or not Muslim, it doesn't matter. In the past 10 days, if you remember how Dr. Gates was portrayed, the picture, that only picture, one of two pictures, but the second one came maybe a week after. The one that is shown is him in handcuffs and his mouth is open like this and yelling. Professor Gates, professor of law, Harvard, okay? But compare that to a CNN piece about a Serbian man who's convicted by the International Court of Justice of genocide against Muslims in former Yugoslavia. The only thing that is missing is the little circle on top of his head. He's white, but he's a foreigner, so his whiteness might not have a big effect. Wearing a suit, big smile, and in my mind, if I am not aware of these things, oh, come on, this guy, no. You see how images make a lot of difference. So again, many immigrant Muslims came to this country with this idea in mind. And even if they didn't have it, they're living here, so they're getting it. Okay? So the relationship was not good. It's getting much, much better. My circle right now is mostly African American. because I realized what they've been through. I realized that they established themselves against all odds. So that's to answer the first question. And I forgot the other two, I'm sorry.
I was interested in the effect President Obama would have on the larger...
Yes. Obama spoke at Cairo University, where I studied for 4 years. I did not graduate. This I wanted to mention. I did not graduate from Cairo University. I graduated from another university, but still in Cairo. But I was 4 years at Cairo, where he spoke in June. Okay. When he was elected, the same night, for the first time in my life, I wrote poetry in English. And it was really good. Okay. I think I sent it to you. So that shows how I felt then. And it wasn't just because of him, but it was because we're getting rid of this W thing, cabal. Okay. And again, I am not a Democrat, and I'm not a Republican. I'm a human being. Whatever is right for me. Okay. So when he was going, I read many things beforehand. You should say this, you should do this, you should blah, blah, blah. On that day, he spoke at about 1 o'clock in Cairo. It was 6 a.m. here. So I woke up and I prayed my morning prayer, and I sat down. I had CNN, not CNN, C-SPAN, thank you. When you watch anything, if it's on C-SPAN, watch it on C-SPAN. Don't watch it on any other thing, because they distort everything and change and talk and make you miss the thing. So anyway, I had C-SPAN on, and on the computer I had Al Jazeera in English, which you can get it, to make sure that everything is okay. Anyway, so I was sitting there, I had my notepad, and I'm ready for him. Okay.